And can I just tell you guys how excited I am to be talking about sex again? If you're new here, you're like, again? Yeah, it's a whole story. I've done videos about it. But I'm Arica Angelo. I'm a dating relationship expert. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I'm a television host. You name it, this girl is doing it. But I backed off talking about sex for a couple years now. And I have to say, I just want to say this to my guys, newcomers, like welcome. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell, because when you do, you'll get these videos. You don't do it, YouTube's never going to tell you. So make sure that you subscribe and like the video. But for you guys who know that this used to be my shit, I used to love talking about sex, and then I just took a break from it. I am so excited to be talking about it. Like sitting here and having this conversation with you, telling you how us women view sex. And some of this is really gonna shock you. It's just so easy. It's so easy for me to talk about this. I think because I genuinely just love sex, and it's something that I've always loved. And so it's just natural for me to talk about this. And it's really natural for me to give you guys the real 411, the real information about what goes on for us women. I want to remove the guesswork for you so that when you show up in the bedroom, when you show up to have sex, when you show up to be intimate with your woman, that you know what the hell you're doing, that you feel confident in what you're doing, because a woman is telling you the absolute truth, not all this bullshit that you're hearing on social media, or people who've just become so fucking cynical and negative that all they do is like piss on it. And if you love that kind of advice, all you are doing is giving yourself permission to stay small and lonely, literally. So if you're one of those people, you're like, I want to change the narrative because I want to have more sex. I want to fucking love my life. I want to enjoy pleasure. I want to orgasm. Then hey, you're at the right place, because this is what I am sharing with you, the honest truth, so that you can be confident. And if you're one of those guys, you're like, yeah, I wrestle with confidence in the bedroom, Erica. Babe, there's no shame in your game. I have a free download for you. It's 7 exercises to make you confident in the bedroom. Download it right now. I have so many men writing into me, telling me how much is this changing their lives, that they're already putting the things that I talk about in there to practice, to work, because some of the things that I say are a bit graphic and I can't really share them here on YouTube, but on my courses, on my downloads, I can get very graphic. So make sure you get that. All right, here is the real truth. The real truth is this: women are far more sexual than you realize. And I know it might sound too good to be true, but if you're one of those guys and you've been fortunate enough to meet a woman who is very sexual, you also will probably know that typically women like this will out-sex you any day of the week. So how do we view sex? The way that a woman views sex is actually quite similar to you guys. Now, a woman, we can orgasm multiple times, whereas you orgasm once, you're done, you need a break. We orgasm once and we're grabbing you by the hair and pulling you down there and rubbing your face down there going, give me more, okay? So your pecker can't keep performing, but give me that face, and we bury it in there and it's like, keep making me come. Because we can, and we want you to give us multiple orgasms. So when we are comfortable in our sexuality, now listen, this is not talking about women who have trauma, or maybe they're going through a mental health situation like depression or something like that, and it's shutting off their sex drive. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your average woman who is healthy with her sex life. Like, she craves it as much as you do. Now, the process to get to the bedroom changes. Like, you guys can just look at us and be like, yeah, I want to boink her. Us, we have to assess. We're like, is he strong? Can he provide? Can he make me feel safe? Can he put me in the doggy position and really give it to me the way I want? Can he be gentle? Can he caress my nipples to the point where I want to orgasm? Like, Trust me, the process is different and you know that, and that's why you're here. But yes, women, we do view sex in as something that we really do enjoy, that we really want to experience more of. And you would be surprised how many women can actually out-sex the men that they are with. There are actual studies of this. I'm reading a book called Mind the Gap, and it talks about how there are women who are getting way more sex or wanting way more sex in their relationships, and the men are not able to keep up. I think a lot of that has to do with the drop in testosterone, because men are not, you guys aren't out like killing bears or anything like that. You're like sitting behind computers and like, okay, maybe some men are out like doing masculine things like Iron Man and chopping down trees or whatever the case may be. But most men are pretty much living pretty like, you know, computer lives. And so they're not out really conquering and testing things. So the testosterone goes up, it's not needed, drop. So there is some of that. All right, so we view it as a place to, when it's, let's just talk about it from a place of connection. When a man makes love to us, it does make us feel like safe. It makes us feel calm. It makes us feel like the world, everything's going to be okay. When a man does a really good job at making love to us, it's like everything is going to be okay. It does bring safety. It helps calm our nervous system when it's a good man. Now, if it's a fuckboy or someone like that, no, it's going to make her feel really anxious. But when she has sex with a man who is a grounded man, like probably the guy who's watching my channel, when she's having sex with one of my guys who watches my stuff, it makes us feel safe. It makes us feel connected. You know, there are studies that show that we are genetically wired for touch, and they've done studies on babies like who are not given to their mothers and who are alone, like what that creates in them. That never goes away. So when we're making love to you and you're holding us and you're touching us and you're rubbing our hair and you're kissing on our neck and you're doing all those things, it makes us feel so much more calm. So yeah, we love sex. We want more of sex. It makes us feel connected. It makes us feel safe in the world. Okay, now here's the other thing that might shock you. Women, we tend to be far more vulgar than you men. I'm gonna tell you a quick little story. Me and my girlfriends were on the beach in Bali, Indonesia. You guys know if you've been following me, I lived there for like 5 years, on and off. And like, we were just terrible. If you guys heard what we were talking about our sex lives. And then our saying that all three of us were saying, which is not very ladylike, but we're freaking vulgar. Like, women can be really vulgar. And we were like, get that pipe, get that pipe, get that pipe. Now, I know that you probably don't want to know that us beautiful creatures are talking about your member as a pipe, but we do. Like, I'm not saying all women are, but I am saying that we can be far more vulgar than you. We're going to talk about your girth. We're going to talk about your size. We're going to talk about if it has a curve, if it gets really hard, if it's a little soft. Like, we talk about the details. So you might be thinking that when it comes to sex, like, I know you want us to be like little Bambis, like going through the forest with like singing to birds and kissing flowers and putting our noses in the flowers, but we can actually be quite sexual beasts. And that should make you excited, because when you have someone like that in the bedroom who you've done your part to make her feel comfortable, she's done her own inner work to make herself feel comfortable with her sexuality, the kind of magic that the two of you can make when you get here is glorious. So yes, women, we get very excited. We want sex probably more than you. It does make us feel safe and connected when a good man has made love to our body. And we are actually far more talkative and vulgar about it than you guys think. I have a whole theory about this, about why society like has made women into like these Disney princesses. And it's like, I don't know who these Disney princesses are. I know it's good for your imagination because you want to feel like you can conquer us. But I mean, Beauty did end up with the Beast. I'm just saying. every single woman in fairy tales, they always ended up with a badass. So there's a reason why. You think he was just docile with her in the bedroom? No, she got him for a warrior because she can match his energy in the bedroom. So it's really up to you and what you pull out of her when she's in the bedroom. And instead of getting discouraged about this should make you excited. This does bring out the conqueror in you, that male, masculine energy that we love so much. It's like, all right, what can I bring out of this woman? Okay, so Arica's telling me that they're very sexual. Okay, they can be a bit crude, they can be a bit vulgar, they talk a lot about sex, it makes them feel safe. What can I bring out in her? That's what appeals to the conquering side of you. What can you as a man pull out of her? I'm curious in the comment section which one of these surprised you, or which one of these you're like, I heard that, but it's really interesting to hear someone like you tell me that. I really want to know in the comment section. I've got a whole playlist all about these videos right here that you can watch in the privacy of your own home. You can watch those. And also don't forget about that free download. It's in the comments, it's in the descriptions, it's the 7 exercises to help you feel more confident in the bedroom. I love you, and I'll come back with another video, I promise.